What is up, my friends? Thank you for coming back for tonight's late night news roundup, where I'm going to fill you in on what Bayern have had to say about the Michael Olise release clause link. We're going to talk about James McConnell and his new contract. We're going to discuss Harvey Elliott. We're going to have a little bit of conversation around Alexander Isak, of course, and lots more over the next few minutes. I'll also give you the officials that are going to be taking charge of our massive game against Arsenal at Anfield on Sunday. So that's what I'm going to do, but you know what I'm going to ask you to do, right? Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Drop a like in the video if you enjoy it. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Want to thank everybody that joined us for tonight's Late Night Agenda. Really enjoyed it. Great numbers in tonight. Over 6,000 people with us live. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Right, let's get going. So, speaking on Tuesday, Freund, who is one of the officials at Bayern, was saying about the Olise situation. He refused to be drawn on whether the clause existed or not. Now, if you don't know what we're speaking about here, Bayern Space, an account on X, has been intimating that the only way Bayern Munich were able to sign Michael Olise was to agree to a release clause that would become active in 2026. Also, they went on to say that Liverpool are looking at Michael Olise as the long-term successor to Mohamed Salah. Got me very excited because I think it will be a stroke of genius. Well, this is what the Bayern Munich side have had to say about it. As a matter of principle, we never talk about the content of a contract. If I were to say something along those lines, then we would talk about it. Our aim is that Michael will stay at FC Bayern for a long time. He is an exceptional talent. You know what he didn't say? That there's no release clause. That's what he didn't say. So that's what I take from that little soundbite there. Let's move on to Harvey Elliott. Daily Mail said that Harvey Elliott remains on RB Leipzig's radar, especially if they do follow through and sell Xavi Simons to Chelsea. They go on to say that the London club must sell first in order to be able to sign Xavi Simons, so their time is running out a little bit. Meanwhile, they go on to say that Liverpool are looking for a permanent sale for Costas and not a loan. But the figures being mentioned there for a potential Costas sale are £6 to £8 million or €8 to €10 million. That seems very cheap to me for a player 27, Premier League tried and tested, Champions League tried and tested, an experienced international. I'm surprised there's not a queue of clubs looking to throw 10 to 15 million quid at Liverpool. Fabrizio Romano speaking tonight on the latest with Isak. And before I read this out, I kind of want to give you my take on the information that we were receiving today around Isak and why I think it's relevant. As the day went on and I started to reach out to people, some in and around Liverpool spheres, some in the greater context of the game that are just involved in football. And there seems to be a real shift today that people are feeling more optimistic of the chances of Liverpool signing Isak before the window shuts. Also, Newcastle look like they have a few irons in the fire. Dovbyk is an option for them. Vlahovic is an option. Strand Larsen is an option. So I'm starting to grow in my confidence that this actually does get done. And as I've spoken to people today, again, that confidence is growing right throughout footballing landscape. So that's why I'm quite chirpy about it today. Anyway, Romano, speaking on his own football, said this: Alexander Isak still wants to join Liverpool. Liverpool are waiting for the green light from Newcastle. But this last bit is very interesting. He said, Liverpool will insist, I think, tonight and tomorrow that there will be more conversations. And then Anfield Sector replied underneath to say, tonight and tomorrow, very specific, what does he know? I'd like to know that as well, because it kind of tallies what I was told earlier on today, but he probably has far more specifics on it than I seem to have. The match officials for the game against Arsenal at the weekend have been announced, and the good news, there's no Michael Oliver, there's no Simon Hooper, there's no Paul Tierney on VAR, but these are the officials. So, referee, Chris Kavanagh, assistants, Daniel Cook and Wade Smith, fourth official, Samuel Barrett, VAR, Michael Salisbury, and VAR assistant, Sian Massey Ellis. So they are the officials for the game on Sunday. It's a 4:30 kickoff. David Ornstein, speaking about James McConnell, said he is set to sign a new 5-year contract at Liverpool before going on loan then to Ajax for the season, which is a great move. Over, obviously, to hook back up with Johnny Heidinger, who departed the Liverpool coaching staff to go and take up the reins as Ajax head coach. That is great experience he's going to get over there. And wishing James McConnell the best of luck in what is a good move all around. Right, The Athletic said Trent is not expected to return to Real Madrid starting 11 now that Dani Carvajal has returned to full fitness. This is something that if you've watched our streams all the way through this Trent process, I have said as soon as Carvajal becomes available, The media and the fans and the appetite to boot Trent out of that team will be as clear as day. And that is exactly what is happening. Carvajal is now fit and everybody wants him back in, and Trent is being sidelined. Could have seen it coming? Absolutely. Robbie Fowler has had his say on the situation. He said, maybe I took it for granted. Maybe I never understood what Liverpool was until I left. I joined great clubs with great fan bases who were good to me, but those clubs are not like Liverpool. One day he'll realise his mistake. Speaking there about Trent Alexander-Arnold, knowing he has made a mistake leaving Liverpool. We all knew this, but it's now becoming pretty clear. So, Rio, let's talk about our young superstar. He earns, believe it or not, the standard scholars contract of £1,200 per month. That is a standard scholars contract with Liverpool, but he is set to sign his first professional contract once he turns 17 on Friday. So it'll be interesting to see if his wages get leaked or not. But I think we'll all agree, very well deserved. Tie him down as quickly as possible. And on that, Chelsea are looking for compensation, having lost him to Liverpool. And a year later, the Premier League still haven't decided on that amount. And we'll bring that to you as and when we get it. Footy Insider have said Crystal Palace are considering signing Harvey Elliott as a replacement for Eberechi Eze. Now, I've mentioned this a couple of times over the course of the last few weeks, and it's common sense, right? They've lost Eze. Elliott's there. He's lived in London previously, obviously, when he was at Fulham. Knows all about Crystal Palace. Knows the Premier League. Knows he'll get game time. If I'm Crystal Palace, I'll be getting that deal done. We know they have the money. They sold Eze for, I think, 60 million. Yes, Liverpool won 40 million for Harvey Elliott with the buyback clause in 2 years, or 50 million without one in it. So let's know what you think on this one. Probably is going to leave us a bit light, but this was never about Liverpool wanting to cash in on Harvey Elliott. This was about Harvey Elliott just going out there to get first team experience and enough minutes under his belt to potentially push himself into Thomas's Tuchel's thinking for the World Cup that's coming up. So that is kind of where we're at now. But the one thing I can't give you any clarity on is what is going to happen with the situation with Canade. I truly don't know. I want us to go and sign Mark Gay. I'd like us to get him in before the weekend. But for me, I'd start Joe Gomez at right centre-back and Conor Bradley at right-back for the game against Arsenal. You could make an argument to start Szoboszlai at right-back as well. I don't mind that one bit after his good performance yesterday. But for me, Canade cannot be in the first 11. It's no hate. It's obvious. Let's be fair about it. His head is all over the place. I can't say why. I don't know. Whether it's the contract, whether it's the yoga, whether it's a loss of form. Not sure. But I know it's impacting us and we don't look solid. So for this game, I think we should go with Joe Gomez. Now it's over to you guys. Let me know your thoughts. Again, appreciate your support. See you tomorrow. Much love. Bye-bye.